And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to South Point Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada for the second game of day one of the D3Hoops.com Classic, the 9th annual. I'm Dave McHugh, alongside Mr. Patrick Coleman, who called the last game all by himself while running a camera and doing all the fun stuff that one does in that job. Camera. We're using the term as loosely as we possibly can. The question on the site, will there be a backup stream? No! We'll do it live as we get ready for Ohio Northern versus Carthage in a game that on paper and in history, and you look at the programs, this is a behemoth with both programs maybe not at their usual top self. Ohio Northern coming in at 6-4 on the season, struggling at 1-4 in the OAC, while Carthage comes in at 6-4 as well, 1-2 in the CCIW. Of course, Ohio Northern being coached by Michelle Durand and Carthage by Tim Bernero. As I mean, even if they aren't at their NCAA tournament best, it should still be a pretty darn good game.
Right, and if you had this game, say, last March 1st or something like that, or last, February 20-something, I don't know, you would have thought this was a play-in game for the NCAA tournament, or possibly like a 7-10 game or a 6-11 game. Ohio Northern kind of this close to making the tournament last year, 23-5, but not a very strong schedule. When you don't have a strong schedule, what we recommend you do is you come to Las Vegas here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, and we'll get you the best games we can get you. So for Ohio Northern, that's against Carthage, a team that is 6-4 and often in the thick of the hunt in the CCIW, and that should look good on anybody's resume.
Absolutely. So it'll be Bears versus Lady Reds here, 6-4 squads in non-conference play. Let's take a look, if we can, at the starting lineups. Yeah, we're getting fancy. We start with Ohio Northern. At guard, the senior 5'3" out of Lima, Ohio, it is Alyssa Manley. Abby Weeks, number 15, the 5'9" junior guard out of Westchester, Ohio. Number 31, Jenna Dirksen, the 5'10" senior out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. Tori Weiss, the 5'8" senior out of Ada, Ohio. Number 44, Sydney Ward, the 6-foot sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. The leading scorer on this team, as we pointed her out here, Dirksen leading the squad in scoring coming into this at 15-2. And again, the head coach, Michelle Durand, in her 18th season. For the Lady Reds of Carthage, as the screen pops up, it's the all-name squad for the Lady Reds. Number 3, Rachel Sidlowski, the 5'10" sophomore forward from Genoa City, Wisconsin. Number 4, Sammy Woodward, the 5'7" junior guard from Franksville, Wisconsin. Number 13, Maddie Kalber, the 5'7" junior guard from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Number 22, Autumn Callis, a 5'8" junior guard from Wilmette, Illinois, not Willamette, who played earlier. And number 25, Bailey Gilbert, the 5'8" senior guard from Sycamore, Illinois. Leading scorer on the team is Callis, who's highlighted on your screen, 13.4 points a game. Again, Tim Bernero, the head coach, in his 16th season.
Yeah, Kalis is a big ball handler for them. You mentioned the leading scorer, also leads the team in assists, also leads the team in turnovers. That's something that happens sometimes when you handle the ball as much as a point guard does. You know, these are teams that like to protect the ball, and everybody likes to protect the ball, obviously, but they're fairly good at it. ONU turns it over a hair under 15 times a game. Carthage a hair over 13 times a game. But, that I think is something that will be key. Both teams will probably try to bring some pressure. Also teams with a little bit of fresh legs after a few days off, depending on how their travel was here. Hopefully their travel was better than yours. But, Carthage coming in after 7 days off, and Ohio Northern hasn't played since December 19th. ONU comes in off of a 3-game losing streak as well, and have lost 4 of their last 5.
I think I got here by the same time Gettysburg women did. They just left today. That was the difference.
They got here. I chatted with Nate Davis this morning, in fact.
Oh, maybe they got here sooner than I thought. I thought I saw a couple players at the airport. I will say I got to see a new part of the airport. That was enjoyable. I got to see Terminal D. Ooh. That place is insane. Have you been in Terminal D at the Vegas airport?
I don't know which terminal I was. Did you have to take the train to get back to the main, or
well,
did you
all
walk?
of them you have to.
Oh no, I walked from my
Oh, you're
gate
right. No, there is that.
on Spirit.
Yeah, C.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to I don't want to
You're right.
even admit that I flew that airline, but
Yeah.
I am not. I did not book my own travel.
Terminal D is like its own little city.
Okay.
I barely got here simply because I almost stopped at Mrs. Fields and Baja Fresh
and Mr. Fields
and So we got a basketball game.
Well, that's where. Oh, right, because you flew Delta. I fly out of that all the time.
Oh.
I have eaten at that Baja Fresh.
Oh, see,
I've had breakfast at that Baja Fresh at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm always
not
Southwest.
super recommended.
Okay, no, I wouldn't either. As we're underway, Ohio Northern will be in the gray uniforms with orange numbers. They'll be fun to see. Moving right to left across your monitor, and in the home white. City is Carthage with the red numbers and trim going left to right. And Ohio Northern gets the opening tip as we are underway here at South Point.
Is that orange on gray tough for you?
Yeah, it's okay. Close up.
All right.
Jumper on the elbow, and it goes in for Weeks as she draws the first points of the contest.
You know, I am just super happy to have anybody else talk on this broadcast.
Touché.
I don't do a lot of solo broadcasting. I know you've done a lot more of it than I have. But,
that's all I do.
And I don't do a lot of basketball play-by-play either anymore. So just me and the phone, that was fun. Don't need to do that again.
Deep three, buries it as Carthage's first shot falls for Bailey Gilbert, and it's a 3-2 early lead for the Lady Reds here in the D3Hoops.com Classic.
Nice look for Gilbert, and she's a 36% three-point shooter as well, so she knows she's taking high percentage shots from out there.
Another shot in the corner, that one off the back of the iron, I should say, out of bounds. And it will remain Polar Bears possession. Shot clock did reset with 8:57 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Manley with that shot out there, and she's only 4 for 23 now, 4 for 24 from beyond the arc on the season. That's probably not the place where she's going to get the best looks.
I got a chance to call a Navy women's game solo if you want to talk about a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, dude.
No. Shot on the Patriot League Network system. Shot missed, rebound.
Stephanie Pemper is going to be calling you with notes.
It's nice to see Stephanie, by the way. I'm not positive she remembered who I was, but she had a smile on her face. I did not bring up that in the middle of a post-game interview.
Probably fair.
Yeah. Off glass, no good for Woodward.
But the putback is good.
Oh, very nice. See, I look away and they get the basket.
Yeah, Sidlowski finishes it off. The thing is, we don't expect you to drop D3Hoops.com references into Patriot League games,
Nope.
but if you can,
It's perfect conference to do it, though.
That is true. Just as many scholarships.
And just many Division III coaches have moved into the ranks there. She is doing well there at Navy. Shot clock down to 7. Kick out far side, 3-point on the way. Just goes through for Weeks, who accounts for all 5 points for ONU so far in this contest with less than 8 minutes to play in the first quarter.
We got your bells, we got your whistles. Basically, it's the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Other than the photos of the starting lineups is a nice touch. But you got your clock, you got your timeout indicators, you got your baskets by Sammy Woodward or by Rachel Sidlowski, and that's basketball.
Nice up and under move inside with 7.5 left. 7-5 the lead for Carthage in this one. Drive, little shoulder, and gets the roll. Does Manley. And ties his contest as both teams going up and down the floor so far in this one as we're knotted at 7 apiece. Still the drive, no hesitation there, but does not fall for Gilbert. We're heading back the other direction.
Those floor mics are picking it up really well.
Yeah, we might need to make some adjustments later on those microphone locations. Same spots we normally have them, but apparently everyone knows they're there.
I don't know. Dirk's, yep.
Ooh, interesting pass to the top of the key there. And Ward picks it up. Steele coming the other direction. Kalber off glass and in.
Nice job by Kalber. She steps into the passing lane, and you could sense. You could sense that Ward is not the most proficient ball handler, someone to have the ball as a 6-foot sophomore out at the top of the key, and she was trying to get rid of it, and Kalber was right there.
And
Kalber
with the foul, but she got it as she was trying to get away from a screen and kind of worked her way into that one. First foul of the contest here. As we get a number of subs for Ohio Northern, they go deep. Sheldon Rand not afraid to use much of the bench. We'll get you who's out there in a moment, as one of them is Kelsey Kashun. Nice shot there. I'm sorry, not Kelsey. It was Mensher I was trying to say, as Weeks missed the shot.
Dave, we're getting a lot of Russian language in the chat. Do you mind if I say something in Russian coming up in a minute here?
If you need to. You're going to be the only one who can besides Dostodanya. That's all I got.
Я не помню русский язык. Я изучал 2 года русский язык в университете, но я не помню ничего.
What he said. Three-pointer, corner, no good for Jacobs, who's into the game. Rebound, and Weeks puts it back. Draws the foul. First off ties the game at 9 apiece.
Хорошо. Now I'm going to be dropping my 50 or 100 words of Russian into this game. I don't know any basketball terms in Russian.
This is Taylor, by the way, into the contest.
What I basically told them is that I studied Russian for 2 years at university, and I don't remember any of it.
It's the same with me in Spanish and French. Emily Brock also into the game. She just checked in. Lexi Jacobs for Ohio Northern in the contest as well. Weeks, the only starter on the floor here for the Polar Bears, as it is 10-9, as she made 1 of 2. Three-pointer, top of the key, left it short by Gilbert, and an easy rebound for Weeks, as she'll bring it across the timeline for the Polar Bears. Far side, possessed by Jacobs, looking for help, passes it to Brock, into the corner. Jumper from the elbow, no good from Jacobs. Put back, though, for Staylor is good, and Ohio Northern's got the 12-9 lead with about 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Right place, right time, right? Half of rebounding is just being in the right spot.
Nice drive, no defense came over. Somehow Weeks gets a hand on the effort there by Gilbert, who was looking for the foul, and here come the Polar Bears the other way, leading by 3. Of course, Carthage, a repeat visitor here. Shot from Weeks, no good, to the D3Hoops.com Classic. Left on a sour note, had a game not in their pocket, but certainly looked like they were going on to a win in a big game. I think it was against Whitewater.
And the one that went to overtime?
The one that went shouldn't have, but did go to overtime.
St. Vincent, wasn't it?
Oh, St. Vincent, you're right. And the rebound tipped back in, and Sidlowski hits the layup off the kind of disheveled moment there.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Yep.
Carthage lost to George Fox, 72-57, and then lost to St. Vincent in overtime.
Three-pointer in the corner, buried by Brock, and it's a 15-11 lead. Yeah, that game, overtime against St. Vincent, Tim Bernero and I have talked about it pretty much every year since.
It's only been 3 years.
It stings, and I don't blame him. It was a three-point response in the other direction.
Of course, Ohio Northern was here in 2013. They beat Whitewater 68-67 to cap things off.
That's what I was thinking.
They started with a win against Baruch, 62-48.
I conflated my teams there.
Remember when Baruch had money and could travel?
Ooh, look at how you did that. Yeah, Tim Bonero's team, unfortunately, the victims of a three-pointer that did not exist.
Something like that. And we still do not have a courtside monitor here to fix this.
Kid you not, ask for one every year.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to buy one at the local Best Buy every year. Local blue big box store.
Michaela Giamarino into the game for Carthage.
I think I could fit it in my suitcase to bring it back?
I tried to bring one in my suitcase, believe it or not. It is on the living room or on the dining room table now. Left the shot short. Maggie Berrigan trying to defensively make a difference there. Can't get it to go her way, though it is going Carthage way. Berrigan into the game as well herself, as Carthage and Ohio Northern have both shown they're more than willing to go deep in the bench early in this one with 3 minutes in the quarter.
That's good. You bring all these kids here, you really want to get as many of them a chance to play as you can reasonably play, right?
Hesitation, drive, kick, shot, good.
Yeah.
That worked for Berrigan, and you are right. Berrigan got the experience there. Playing in her 11th game, averaging 6.5 points, she's got 2.
Yeah, and that's a nice look, and it was good to find her. And, of course, when you get found out there for an open shot, you want to hit it.
Brock looked like she had that one well read, but missed it to the right. Easy rebound collected by Giamarino. Then the shot up top by Culber does not fall. And Ohio Northern gets the easy rebound with 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Carthage has got the 16-15 lead. Almost stolen. Stepped slow by Culber.
I appreciate that they didn't call a foul for that, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good no call. It was a nice little jumper on the baseline, one that is missing in the game in general. Jacobs hits it 17-16, the lead.
Jacobs just 3.6 points a game here. She's a freshman out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. I just wanted to say that. I actually I don't even know if I said it correctly, actually.
Three-pointer top of the keyers. Rims out for Gilbert. That is one of the more interesting. I saw that name as I was typing in, and I thought to myself, okay, she's from Ohio.
Somewhere in Ohio.
Could have called Culver there for a push, but didn't. Drive in. These two teams barely wasting the shot clock, because that will go the other direction for Carthage.
Yeah, but that makes it an entertaining back and forth game, though.
Speaking of not wasting the shot clock, there's a game coming up at this tournament. Westfield State versus Amherst. It is system versus system, and it's totally different systems.
I would say, well, there's a capital S and a lowercase s, and you need to be clear.
It's going to be the cap S versus the lowercase s. Amherst's defensive mentality.
That should be interesting.
Going up against we just shoot. Granted, Westfield's defense forces 30 turnovers so far a game, so that'll be interesting. It's Carthage mentions the shot.
I mean, Dave, you just gave me a reason to look forward to that game, whereas on
There
paper,
you go,
I'm
sir.
like, you know.
I don't know what it's going to turn out, but I'm fascinated on what I've seen statistically out of those two teams. As two jumpers are missed by, was that Yankel? It was Yankel. She misses both of them, and we get a foul away from the ball, which hasn't, it's only a second foul, or third foul of the quarter.
But you talk about the teams going deep, right? Josefowicz getting the ball handling duties right there, sophomore out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, just south of the Wisconsin-Illinois border. I think that's Lake Zurich I'm thinking of. I used to be really good at this.
Kalis back into the game, gets the ball off the inbounds play.
That's what happens when I go away for 2 years.
Yeah. Shot from the elbow, no good from R. Less than a minute to play in the interesting first quarter. And not surprisingly, this game is close. 17-16 the lead for the Polar Bears. Looking to extend it before the end of the quarter if they can. Manley's got possession. Hands it off to Brock. Brock will use a screen at the top. Elbow, puts up a shot over two defenders, misses it, rebound, put back and uses glass to do it, does Mencher.
Emily Mesher right there. She did not waste that opportunity. I thought she let an opportunity go by a couple possessions ago, but that was a good finish.
Shot top of the key, no good. Quick trigger from Berrigan, despite the fact there was plenty of clock left. Quickly, Yankel, foot on the line, no good. And these two teams will go about 5 seconds into the shot clock and then launch it. 7 seconds left. It could be two possessions. Three-pointer on the way, no good from Woodward. And Ohio Northern will get the rebound and close out the score there. Well, were you entertained? Wow.
I was entertained.
First quarter comes to an end, 19-16. Ohio Northern has the lead on Carthage. Back with more when we come back.
Receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 17th and 18th at the Salem Civic Center in Salem, Virginia. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
I can promise you one thing, you're not going to Salem in March for the men's championship, despite what that ad says. I thought
Is that the right ad?
I thought I changed it. Apparently I had not, so we will double check that in a minute.
Can
Welcome
share
back.
the experience, but you're going to share it in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
You can
with
in
us.
Fort Wayne in March. Welcome back to South Point Arena here in Las Vegas as we get ready for the second quarter of this women's battle between Carthage and Ohio Northern. The Polar Bears have the 19-16 lead. I'm Dave McHugh alongside Pat Coleman. We're just glad to be here.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're here especially. The thought of doing 18 games through my cell phone, it's a novelty when it's done once.
True. Thrown inside as Carthage is running out of shot clock. 5 left. Up and under move, and well done from Berrigan.
Berrigan with just her second bucket of the afternoon. Sidlowski had 6 points in the first quarter, and Abby Weeks led Ohio Northern with 8 in the first.
Northern, who's in their grays. You can barely see the orange numbers from your video screen.
Yeah, true.
That is not pretty.
It's too bad Ira won't get to see these.
They will. They'll be in tomorrow. Right?
They'll be I'm sure they'll be wearing their other uniforms.
Oh, true. As a shot clock violation on the air ball takes place, and we will go the other direction. That's the first time we've seen. I mean, we were talking about in the first half how both teams were going back and forth pretty nicely. That's the first time we've seen 2 back-to-back shot clock issues for either squad. Wow, Northern's got the lead.
That's a Pravda.
Oh, stolen. Coming the other direction. Dirksen up and under and draws the foul.
Yep. Good job waiting for the for the defender to get there so that they could wait for Michaela Gimarino to just kind of make all that contact.
Dirksen, who leads the team at 15.2 points a game, also leads the team in turnovers, 3-point shooting, and free throw percentage at 86%. Buries the first one. Yeah, the only thing there is you also wonder, could you have just gone up for the layup and gotten the 2 points? Do you have to wait for the defender?
Well, but you also draw the foul, though. I mean, that's
absolutely.
There's
that's
value
the game.
in it.
Yeah, the gamesmanship, the tactics there. That's what I'm saying. Is there's a lot into that, just that one play that could have ramifications later on. 21-18 the lead for the Polar Bears. Oh, stolen again by Weeks. Telegraphing the passes. Also that time, Callis not exactly in a position to keep the defender away. Oh, nice over-the-top pass from Bergen inside. Could not hit her intended target. I think it was R. Ward with it. Now she'll pass into the corner to Manley. Up top to Weeks. Around the screen. Throws into the corner. 3 on the way. Left short. Bounces over the rim. And an easy rebound for Carthage off a miss of Manley.
You know, Berrigan listed at 6'0", and she is dwarfing every other Lady Red on the floor right now.
I agree. Might be a conservative 6 foot.
Right, or else just everybody else is like 5'7", I don't know.
Oh, she is going up against Ward, who's also listed at 6 foot, and that shot falls for Carthage.
You know, I mean, them side by side, they look
That's
about the
close to
same.
Yeah, I think sometimes Ward will bend over and kind of, and another block from Bergen, who leads the team at 1.8 in that category. Gets a defining block there. And Ward will exit, and they're going to go with a different size here in Mesher. She's 6 foot as well, but she doesn't have the quickness that Ward has. But
to come up with that block in a key post versus post scenario,
that's a great play.
Absolutely.
And not fouling. She didn't have that offhand on the body. Oh, nice give and go on the overcommit defensively. Can't get the shot to fall. Does Mesher.
I wonder how much they do that with Mesher. Obviously, I did not watch any ONU film before today.
I said give and go. I meant to say pick and roll. It's a missed three-pointer by Gilbert. Yeah, he's just Berrigan overcommitted. Nice pass inside, but Mesher can't get it to fall.
Give and go and pick and roll. I think we're basically our entire 5th grade basketball team's offense.
Mine was pick away all the way through early high school.
That's right.
I didn't realize how simplistic that was till I got other coaches. Thrown up and in by Berrigan. Not exactly how you draw it up, but it works, and Carthage retakes the lead 22-21. Coming in, we had 3 ties and 4 lead changes into the quarter. Tim Bernero doesn't like something about that call. What matters is Dirksen's going line to shoot 2 here, trailing by 1 with 6.5 to play in the half. And the first one's good.
ONU 4-4 from the foul line here in the early going. Neither team shooting particularly well, which is why it's so evenly matched, I suppose. Carthage 10 of 24 from the floor, 2 of 10 from downtown. ONU 8 of 26 from the floor, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. And now 5 of 5 from the line.
I was going to say, 4 of 4 of those coming from Dirksen so far. Less than 6.5 to play, and ONU retakes the lead 23-22, and another steal by Weeks coming the other direction. And easy layup for Weeks as they extend the lead out to 3, and they are getting plenty of steals at the top of the key. Carthage passes from the wings to the top are not good enough.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Floater, near side. Now top of the key to the far side. Trying to stay on the perimeter, it appears. Gilbert has it. The pass to Josefowicz was not good enough, but somehow collects it, and then Woodward splashes down the three-pointer, and we're tied 25-25.
Yeah, and that's their go-to player from beyond the arc, right? 47% from three-point range. And that's good even if it's 5 for, oh, I almost had that. Even if it's 5 for 11, that's not right.
Weeks drives, puts the defenders, misses it, and picks up the rebound by Mesher, and a jump ball called.
6 for 13, I think, is 471. It could also be, 12 for 26.
ONU has the arrow. So they will inbound it here with a fresh shot clock.
Is this a good time to mention no media timeouts in these games?
Yeah, beautiful time to mention it. It's a missed shot by Dirksen. His collects her own rebound, gets it to Weeks. Weeks misses it. Weeks hit the first 2 shots of the game, but has missed a few since. And that's going to be an offensive charge for a little bit too much of an elbow as Weeks draws the call.
And Ohio Northern now just 1 of 8 from the floor in this quarter, whereas Carthage is 4 for 6.
Into the game for the Polar Bears comes Emily Brock, will give Abby Weeks a break. And in the game for Carthage comes Autumn Callis, who will give Bailey Gilbert a break. And now another substitute for Ohio Northern is Caitlin Hurd, will replace Emily Mesher. We got to change the substitution rules in this game.
Yeah, sure.
If you're there at the horn, you come in. If you're not, you don't. 5 minutes left to go here in the quarter.
But sometimes you don't know a horn's coming.
Whoops.
The ball goes out of bounds. And
yeah, well, yep.
I think you want a coach to be able to make a situational substitution. Well, I would like them to make it faster.
Three-pointer,
I'm there.
Or you get one crack at the apple. Or do it hockey style. The home team has the advantage of the last sub or something like that.
I thought you were going to say just on the fly subs.
Oh, that would be insane. that would take the system to a whole
Oh, my God.
level.
Can you imagine Grinnell doing that?
Oh, jeez. That makes my head hurt.
Could you make that an exhibition game rule or something?
Oh, that'd be fun.
It would be fun just to
Two
watch.
system squads if you sub as they wish. Nice pass inside, and Sidlowski hits the shot. At least that's Carthage's bread and butter right now. They had a little soft pass over the top into the post.
Yeah, she's got a real nice finish there. She looks really good here in the early going.
4:03 left to go here in the half, and this game has been nip and tuck the whole time. Nice feed inside that time from Dirksen to Hurd, but Hurd couldn't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, just maybe had some trouble with the size on the inside. She's got the height, but there's a little bit more, just people taking up space on the interior defensively for Carthage.
Callis traveled, took a couple shuffle steps before taking off.
We let go a lot of things in this game, but not that.
Yeah, that's definitely a point of emphasis this year.
3 steps or fewer, please.
Please. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. 3.5 left to go, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Into the corner. Monero wanting the defensive hands up. Hedge defense forces out Jacobs, and I think Jacobs got to a point where she didn't want it, really was outside her range. So that was a good help defense by Sidlowski on the hedge.
Yeah, I mean, she still ended up getting a good look at it, but you're right. I mean, she's
probably 3 steps deeper than she wanted to be.
On the season, 5 of 19 from downtown, so not her bread or her butter.
Michelle Duran comes in, 18th season, 304 wins, 167 losses on her career. She has been synonymous with good Great Lakes basketball for a decade at least.
Right, and that's just her ONU record.
Right, that's just her ONU, I should say. Yeah, 29th overall, 425, 324. Markedly better at ONU as a foul inside, much to Sidlowski's disappointment, let's call it.
Dismay.
Tim Monero, on the other hand, has been at Carthage 16 seasons. He's 264 and 147. Almost an identical winning percentage. Missed it off the front iron.
Was an assistant for Bosko Jurakovic, right?
I believe you're right.
It's been so long since he got hired, even though he got hired during the D3Hoops.com era. It's like, I kind of forgot this.
Yeah. Bosko still coaching at Carthage. On the men's side, love to see him here. Hint, hint, Bosko, if you're listening.
Yeah, he should. He
Just
should come on down. I'd like to see Illinois Wesleyan here. We get some good CCIW stuff teams coming around. Let's get them all.
2:45 left it off the front iron.
Yeah, Berrigan, only shoots 46% from the floor, and if she's trying to extend her range out that far, maybe that's part of it.
Left that well short by Weiss. It was a three-pointer that was about 2 feet short. 2.5 left to go. Carthage the lead, 27-25. The substitutions coming fast and furious. Hard to keep up. We'll try and give you the idea who's on there for Carthage. Got Allie Air. Let's try that again. Allie R. Kayla Giamarino, who's got possession of the ball now, passes off to Taylor Josephowitz. Also Callis on the floor along with Maggie Bergen. Inside to Bergen. Bergen with a little bit of a battle. Up and under, gets it to fall, count it, going to the line.
Oh, nice work, right? I mean, you get the ball 12, 15 feet out. We've recently clearly established that's not in her wheelhouse, but she does a good job just kind of, working her way up the baseline and then getting into the paint and finishing it off.
Biggest lead of the game for Carthage, looking to make it one more point if possible. Free throw up. Jeez. That is the definition of rolling over the top.
It caught a specific part of the rim.
Berrigan, who is 74% free throw shooter.
First free throw of the afternoon for Carthage.
Biggest lead of the game for the Lady Reds, 30-25. Less than 2 minutes to play here in the half. Shot in the corner, 3 on the way, no good for Dirksen, and a strong rebound by the Lady Reds, and then crashing to the ground goes Berrigan, who I think just tripped over her own feet. Ouch. Berrigan's a little bit wincy coming up, and now we get a foul away from it.
Yeah, she's making wincing faces. She's like trying to clear her eyes out.
And she took a tumble. By the way, Duran not happy with either the call or the decision. I'm not sure which, as Weiss will come out after picking up the foul.
Why not both?
You could hear her, are you kidding me? And it's hard to determine who she's angry at. Inside, Berrigan, and they're going to call it away, and they're going to call an illegal screen somewhere on the backside. And it looks like it's going to go against R. It is R. Oh, she picks up the foul. And that is the team's 5th foul, but because it's an offensive foul, it's a non-shooting foul. Just a friendly reminder, especially when it's an away from the ball foul that sometimes can confuse people. Weeks. Right. Oh, jeez. Berrigan said no. Emphatically. The only thing that wasn't any better was they didn't get the ball. Ball is loose, though. And a timeout called by Carthage. Well timed there. Remember, in the women's game, the coaches can call timeout.
Yeah, and Giamarino just kind of fighting everybody and anybody and all comers, just trying to shake people off of her to get that ball. And Bernero timely, as you said.
And go back to that block by Berrigan, who now is checking out her shoulder from her tumble. And Berrigan absolutely just rejected the notion that Weeks was going to get a shot off there.
Weeks 5'9", Berrigan 6'0". Berrigan with the wingspan. And it showed.
Oh, absolutely. And you could see the look in her eye that she wanted that ball immediately to take off down court.
Yeah.
Didn't work out that way thanks to a quick recovery by Weeks. 1 minute left to go here in the first half.
I like how they warmed us up today with an easy 5 games before we get to the 6s back-to-back.
Pass from Giamarino to Josefowicz. Josefowicz was looking the other way when she got her hands on the ball and went right through him. Yeah, I liked it better when we had one or two to start things off and then got rolling. But
I'm not sure that's ever happened other than snow years.
Ooh, nice pass inside. That one falls for Stoller.
That's your give and go, right?
That is a nice little give and go. 30 seconds remaining here. That's about 4 possessions the way these two teams have been playing. Nice fake, drive, split the defense, off the glass, no good for R. Coming the other direction. 18, pass. Did he touch anyone on the way through?
Nope.
No, it did not, and that's also maybe a mistake by Ward, who resisted the urge on grabbing it. I think she thought it hit a Carthage player. My angle, it seemed pretty clean all the way through. 15.6 left, and to prove my point, third possession since I made a comment at 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
These two teams don't care about the clock. 7 seconds.
We don't need no stinking seconds.
Nice drive. Berrigan hits the basket. No call from the officials. Shot will not count. Just barely caught Twine as it was heaved anyway. And Carthage will finish the half on a strong note and has a 5-point lead, 32-27, Mr. Coleman.
Berrigan got into double figures with that last possession. 5 of 7 from the floor. Yeah, we talked maybe inordinately about the 2 shots that she missed because she's made she's made some pretty tough shots today.
So there is what was, I would call, an exciting first half and lived up to what we expected, despite the teams maybe not having the record we are accustomed to from them.
And
they both played well and are mano a mano.
And Dave needs that first half to keep him awake.
Yeah, probably do. I'm going to need one of those every single game the rest of the way.
Yeah, see, exactly. I was thinking like, it's too bad we can't have that first half in Game 5. Of course we could. But then I was like, oh, yeah, like Dave is already on Game 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't know when Dave slept or what airport that was in.
Not an airport, an airplane.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got. I did not sleep. There was a little too much work going on at Indianapolis International Airport. Love the rivet guns.
Yeah.
32-27, the break here, or at the half here for Carthage, up on Ohio Northern. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will get you stats and get you ready for second half action. You're watching the 9th annual D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena. Women's basketball action. Carthage up on Ohio Northern at the half.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
My name is Marcus Walker. I was All-State, won a state championship, a high school All-American, and played college and pro ball. I played because I love the game. I grind to be the best. I sweat because I put in work. I'm strong because I believe. When I want to bring it before game time, I come to the house that college basketball built, the CBE. No matter your skill, take it to another level. Elevate your game right here at the College Basketball Experience at Sprint Center.
Big shots. Teamwork. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Krager Center in Salem.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and get your tickets today.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his third triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back to halftime here at South Point Arena. We'll take another quick break, get you halftime stats. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point. Back after this.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Welcome back to halftime here between Ohio Northern and Carthage here at the half in women's basketball, the D3Hoops.com Classic. Halftime stats for the Ohio Northern women's squad, led by Abby Weeks on 10 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. Second on the team with 4 points is both Jenna Dickerson and Alyssa Staylor. Dirksen also has a team high 4 rebounds. Mesher has a team high 5 rebounds. Team is shooting 10 for 38 for the first half, 26.3%, 2 for 15 from beyond the arc. That's 13.3% and 5 for 7 from the free throw line. For Carthage, their leading scorer is Maggie Berrigan with 11 points. 8 points for Rachel Sidlowski. I apologize, I added a syllable in there. Their leading rebounder is also Sidlowski. Team is shooting 14 for 30 at 46.7%. They are 3 for 11 from beyond the arc, so neither team really shooting all that well at 27.3% for Carthage, and they're 1 for 1 from the free throw line. There have been 5 ties, 7 lead changes. Ohio Northern is out rebounding Carthage 23-17. Ohio Northern has 3 assists and only 4 turnovers. Carthage has 7 assists to 6 turnovers. Largest lead, Ohio Northern by 4 late in the first quarter. Carthage by 5 as we currently see it. Points in the paint, Carthage 16-12 the advantage. Points off turnovers, 6-4 Ohio Northern the advantage. Second chance points, 7-4 the lead for Ohio Northern. They both have 2 points each for fast break, and the bench points is a 14-11 lead for Carthage. So there you go. You have been thoroughly wrapped up.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what we're going to see, right? I think we've got, both of these teams, and Ohio Northern especially did not shoot well in that quarter, but managed to stay in the ball game, only down by 5. So I would have to think that Ohio Northern's not going to go 2 for 16 and 0 for 8 again. Well, certainly not twice.
I highly doubt it.
Again. Yeah. And then on the other side, obviously Carthage, that's their best quarter of basketball today. 7 of 11 from the floor. So Ohio Northern kind of stunk it up in a sense on both ends of the floor, right? Turned a 3-point lead into a 5-point deficit, but the good news is it's just a 5-point deficit.
It's true. Both teams have not really wasted the shot clock much, gone back and forth up and down the court several times in a matter of seconds as defense and everything else leading the way to some degree.
68 shots. And the teams took care of the ball, right? We talked about the combined 10 turnovers. 8 of them were in the second quarter, just 2 of them in the first. But still, that's a sign of 2 teams that, it's a good sign actually. When you go up and down the floor that much and you're not turning the ball over a whole lot, it's a good sign. It's a good, fundamentally well-played basketball game.
And we are back underway here in the third quarter between Carthage and Ohio Northern. Thanks for tuning in and taking your time on this is Thursday, I believe.
It's still Thursday, I think. I don't know. I always think of it as day 1,
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever day of the week is irrelevant.
And Carthage starts things off with a quick score. So they now have a 7-point lead suddenly in this contest.
Biggest of the day.
Pretty much the starters out there for both squads, as best I can tell. Far side with it. being harassed. It's Manley. Gets it to Weeks. Now to the near side, Dirksen. Dirksen comes to the top. 5 on the shot clock. Back into the corner. Shot on the way. That was heading home and popped back out for Tori Weiss.
Yeah, that was a good 85% of the way down.
Yeah, that looked all but complete. 9 minutes left into the corner. Shot on the way. Nothing but net.
Oh, that is a really good start here for Carthage. And Michelle
Charles
Durand. Michelle Durand goes, yeah, that's a really good start for the other team.
Yeah, we need to talk things over as Ohio Northern calls its first time out of the contest. Both teams have 4 timeouts remaining for this game as Carthage comes roaring out on a quick 5-0 run to take a 10-point lead. And not only was it a pretty little shot in the corner, I think by Gilbert, there's her teammate Calver, who was the one most excited.
Yeah,
coming out of that possession. Calver was the one with the, what do you call it? The exuberance.
Yeah, there you go. It's like this. I don't know if you could see me over the score line.
You might. Oh, yeah, just barely.
I'm the one with the thinningest hair of the two of us here.
I am glad to say that is not a problem. I have other issues.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm 46 years old. I still have a whole ton of hair. Yeah. I'm perfectly happy.
Well, Northern needs points coming out of the timeout here. Michelle Duran looking for a little spark. Weeks has the ball, uses the screen from Weiss. Back to Weiss, somehow into the corner on a length of the baseline pass, and that is what Michelle Duran dialed up as Manley buries the 3.
And not a high percentage shot and not from a high percentage shooter, but, you know, you need shots like that to fall every once in a while.
Nice give and go, or screen. Yeah, give and go. Sadlowski, though, gets rejected by Ward.
Yeah, nice block by Ward. We talked earlier about, I think it was Berrigan versus Ward, Berrigan winning that battle. This time Ward getting the better.
Ward not winning the battle with her headdress. She is literally, that's the 3rd time I've seen her somehow put it somewhere where it wasn't previously. Ward with a beautiful play inside. It's a 5-0 run for Ohio Northern.
It's the scarf. It's a scarf now.
Scarf now, right. It was a headband, now it's a scarf. Previously it was thrown and discarded to the floor. Less than 8 to play, and Ohio Northern has matched the 5-0 run with a 5-0 run of their own to draw the lead back to 5.
Ward is also wearing those volleyball-style knee pads.
Yes. I call them the Ashley Marble knee pads.
Wow.
How's that for a reference, sir?
That's
the jump ball.
That's a deep cut, man. That is a deep cut. For you, it's both a D3 and a main reference, which I really like.
Hometown reference. We'll go even deeper. 7.5
Where's she coaching now?
She's not.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a fitness.
What am I thinking of?
Physical fitness and referee.
Okay.
She apparently a pretty respected referee, but I don't know how high up.
Is she like 2007 D3Hoops.com Player of the Year?
I believe so.
I could be making some of that up.
And shortly afterward, Miss Maine.
That's right.
Yep.
Good times.
7:13 remaining as we get a foul called. Michelle Duran, that got her off her seat.
Picture Gordon Mann back there watching going, yes, 2007 Player of the Year. It's correct, by the way.
Gordon has, we all have different things that we have memorized. There are things that Gordon calls up so quickly that blow my mind. Nice pass. Oh, cannot do anything with it was Ward. Pass outside. Manley's 3 on the way. That does not fall. Strong rebound from Gilbert. And Carthage comes the other way, trying to extend their 5-point lead here. Here from South Point Arena in South Point Hotel and Casinos. The 3-pointer from Gilbert is no good. Somehow Carthage, nope, they do not hold on to the rebound. Coming the other way is Ohio Northern, and a foul called. Of course, Ohio Northern is in their gray uniforms with orange numbers and trim. Trust us. Carthage is in their white uniforms with red numbers and trim. You can see that.
Yeah, it's just really, the camera's just really far up.
Well, it is.
Among other things.
I think it would be considered legal.
No, they are contrasting.
Yeah, they are. 6:35 remaining, and the free throw for Weeks is good. Draws the deficit down to 4. And into the game comes Mesher. And I believe Iliff for the first time. No, I'm wrong. That is Staler as Weeks buries the second free throw. So 3-point deficit now as Ohio Northern is on a lengthy 7-0 run here.
After giving up the first 5 points of the half.
Yeah. Oh, gave up the shot there, did Woodward. In trouble, gets it to the top of the key. Halber then coughs it up on the way in. And a jump ball will be called. And the possession arrow points to Carthage, who only has 7 on the shot clock.
I was just wondering if Ohio Northern has advantage for having 3 people in that tie-up as opposed to just 1 for Carthage.
In the game comes Gia Marino. She replaces Kalber. Again, 7 on the shot clock. Quick shot off the inbounds play. Nothing but net for Gilbert, who ends that 7-0 run for Ohio Northern.
Yep, changed the outlook in a big hurry there.
Yeah, suddenly it's a 6-point lead.
Especially, getting the tie-up, getting the jump ball, or getting the possession arrow, and then having only 7 seconds to work with.
I'll see your 3-pointer and raise you a 3-pointer.
Is that how that works? When do you have to call?
I'm not sure, but Staler decided to at least put her chips on the table.
You're going to double down on these references, huh?
I'm going to try my best. That's bad. Hey, we got a long weekend ahead of us. Kalis with the basket as Carthage extends the lead back out to 5. We're just in game 2 and we're already dropping the table references.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've called 5 games in a row ever before. We've got a long way to get to there. But
I think Ira and I did it in some way or shape or fashion last year, but not together.
Yeah.
Of course, like Gulf War soccer games, that's another world.
Oh, that's a different sport.
Oh, 5:10 to go. That is much more difficult. Into the corner, Manley for 3.
Nice, and again with the shot clock running down, that's her second 3 from basically the same spot here in this quarter.
Deficit suddenly down to 2. As Ohio Northern, after the timeout by Michelle Duran, has woken. Nice spin, kick out, pass not there for a shot, drive in against everybody on Ohio Northern. Gilbert can't get it to fall.
Nice drive. A little more effective if you can get a floater, right?
Yes.
You don't have to go all the way to the basket with that.
Agreed. From the elbow. Does not fall. It will be What he said, red?
Gray, maybe, he said.
I would agree with you. I think, Weeks is out for Ohio Northern. We'll see what can happen here because I think she's the spark plug for this Ohio Northern squad. Whether she's shooting or not, she seems to have them composed, but they've gone to a tall lineup here. Shot from the baseline, no good from Staler at 5'10", who's out there with Mesher right now for the Polar Bears. They also join on the floor by Dirksen at 5'10".
Yeah, Ohio Northern being active on the perimeter, right? They're not giving Carthage a lot of room out there.
That's what I was kind of watching and enjoying there for a bit.
I felt like I had to say something.
Berrigan tries to go around several times and finally draws a foul on Mesher. No, it's just great defense, watching them force the issues up top and keep the entry passes from existing.
Yeah, exactly. The best way to to defend someone in the post is to never let the ball get there in the first place.
Berrigan goes to the line to shoot and rattles that one home. Into the game for Ohio Northern comes Jacqueline Yankel, and into the game for Carthage comes Haley R. 4:05 left to go here in the third quarter in a game that Carthage led the beginning of this half by 10 out of the gates. They got a couple big shots. They currently find themselves now with a 4-point lead and had been down to 2 after Ohio Northern woke up.
Yep, a couple big free throws right there, though.
Strong move from Staler.
Berrigan is the only Carthage player to have attempted a free throw today.
Into the corner, no good on the deep shot from Brock. Yeah, I noticed that earlier myself.
It hasn't changed.
haven't been forcing the issue very much.
That's true. They're content to be out here around the perimeter like we were talking about on the last possession.
Top of the key, Gilbert pump fakes on the 3, thought about another one, changes her mind. Pass inside, the only one who's battling is Berrigan. Berrigan goes up against Mesher, and she gets it to fall, and suddenly it's a 6-point lead.
And she's got 15 here on the afternoon, 6 of 8 from the floor.
She's fun to watch. She's gonna give some CCIW teams a problem.
It's probably true. Not knowing anything about the rest of the CCIW in terms of post play.
Nice steal and a foul as coming over the top. That's one of those fouls where it just happens to happen. Staler gets it, not intentional, but called nonetheless. Feel bad in those situations.
It's not even really a player making a making a mistake and then compounding it with a bad decision. It just kind of
happened.
The way the game flowed.
Mesher out, Ward in for the Polar Bears. Yeah, I think, Illinois and Wesleyan's got some size. Wheaton has some size. But watching Berrigan play, she's going to present a different variable, I think. Shot in the corner, Gilbert, 3, no good. Up and over the backboard. That is not allowed in the game. It'll be a turnover. Team rebound, I believe, officially.
It would have to be, right?
Yeah. I actually...
RD. Oh, we don't get to call Stat Crew codes out anymore. Man, looks like just call Stat Crew.
If you really wanted to.
I know, and they're using Stat Crew here, but
yeah, they are. That's right.
Yeah. We'll have to tell David Petroff later.
He's going to make a smart comment about not being smart, since the new software is called Genius. Three in the corner. Good on the wing, I should say, for Brock. And Ohio Northern is just not going away.
Yeah, second 3 ball of the afternoon for Brock, and that's a big one because every time now Carthage has started to edge away, Ohio Northern has found a shot to answer with.
Inside, battle. Jeez, got away with one, I think there, did Art. Gets the rebound, got away with another travel, and will pick up the foul instead. It just felt like she was shuffling her feet a couple times inside, trying to force the contact. I could be wrong. Not an official.
I know everybody gets a tight shot here and all we see is the floor, but I like seeing there's a pretty significant group of people from Ohio Northern here this afternoon.
A very good crowd.
And not a bad one from Carthage as well.
First 2 games have had some decent crowds.
Yeah, well, Lamette brought people.
Yeah. That's what I like seeing. Make a trip out of this. It doesn't have to just be the team.
It's Las Vegas, baby.
That one goes home for air, and it's a 47-43 lead. Michelle Durant.
Oh, we're going to stop and get the sub that was at the table 7 seconds ago and wasn't whistled or horned in. They didn't. The sub was definitely at the table.
Yes.
They did not blow the horn, and the trailing official, stopped the play and is saying, "Hey, guys, blow the horn. That's your job. That's the thing you do. Go ahead and do it. Thank you."
Manley was the sub. They're fixing the clock as well. I guess they're going to reset the shot clock.
And I think put the 7 seconds back on.
Or not. A little confusion here. It was 2:07. Now it's 2:04. Oh, they're just resetting everything back to where it should have been after 3 seconds coming off the clock. I'm with you now.
Yeah, took a second. But I looked down at our screen, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it was 2:07. It's right here in front of me. That's not how that's designed.
That wasn't a good passing decision that time from Ward. Ohio Northern turns it over.
You're not supposed to juggle it around your teammate's head?
It's usually a hard way to get it to your teammate. Gilbert with it. Josefowicz trying to get it inside of Berrigan. Good defense so far, even though she's got a size advantage in the post in the current matchup. And a hand check called on the drive. That's going to go against Yankel. Team's 4th. So we're just shy of what would be the first time we hit the double bonus in this contest. With 88 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Carthage, a 4-point lead, looking for more here with possession.
We call it the double bonus, or we just call it the bonus?
I don't know what it's called. It's 2 shots.
The 2-shot bonus, we'll call it that.
Berrigan hits the long jumper. Wow.
Yeah, about 18 feet out, just left to the top
Heels
of the
on
circle.
the line. Yeah. Jeez.
That's nice. It's a good look.
That's what's called extending the defense.
Yeah, you'll have to respect that now.
Shot. Oh, that will hit the rim 6 or 7 times and fall for Alyssa Manley.
Alyssa Manley came in averaging 4 points a game. I could think of 8 of them off the top of my head here today. I think she's got 10 officially.
Shot in the corner, 3 on the way, no good. Ball loose. Ohio Northern collects the rebound with 43 seconds to go in the quarter.
Manley with 8 points in the 3rd quarter alone.
Up top. Now inside, kick out. 3 on the way. Just back iron, no good. Big battle for the rebound between the 44s, Berrigan and Ward, and they'll call a jump. And Berrigan comes to her feet exhausted.
And that's Ohio Northern basketball, and the shot clock is off for the remainder of the 3rd period.
Weeks back into the game, and out goes Yankel. Northern looking to inbound this. Ooh, had some zip on that.
Yeah, it did.
Did the pass from Manley. Floater put up by Brock, and it falls. And Ohio Northern within 2.
I think when your 5 seconds starts to tick off, right? you want to get that ball in with a little more urgency.
One guy I saw this year has been called for that about half a dozen times, including twice in one game. 3-pointer, no good before the buzzer from Josefowicz. And Carthage will hold on to the lead here at the end of 3. Considering how they started it, Pat, that is not how they wanted that quarter to end.
No, I think it's a great quarter for Ohio Northern, right? They were on the verge of kind of getting run out of the gym. Carthage scores the first 5 points of the second half. They go up 37-27, and they've Ohio Northern took the timeout. Michelle Durand, obviously, she's not new at this, right?
She's kind of familiar.
She's been doing this a long time. You don't get panicked after a couple of baskets. But you get your timeout, you get some things done, and a great third quarter for Ohio Northern. We talked about Weeks with 12 points, 2 of them in this quarter, but it's really Alyssa Manley who was 3 for 5 shooting and 2 for 3 from downtown in this quarter. She also had 2 assists here today so far, but a really great third quarter for her.
So we'll get ready for fourth quarter action here from South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Seriously, if you're sitting at home wondering, why is my team not here? Call up your coach. It's worth coming to.
Yeah, come on out. I mean, I can understand if you're Worcester, you don't come.
Oh, yeah.
You have a great tournament this week, too. But here's the thing.
Well, they had one before Christmas, too.
Yeah, but Moe's Hole is this weekend every year.
Absolutely.
What I like is that there are 7 Division III basketball games on the schedule today, and 5 of them are happening right here in front of us.
That's fun.
It is.
So we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Carthage in the home whites with the red trim. Ohio Northern in the grays with the orange numbers and trim. 3-pointer on the way. Gilbert does not fall. And we're heading back the other direction off the strong rebound from Mesher. What's interesting is they never put Mesher and Ward out there at the same time.
That's a good point.
Top of the key. Oh, that was too easily read. Berrigan all over that.
Yeah, well, and if you saw Wiss's frustration, her reaction too is like, she knew.
Yeah. Berrigan had that read, dissected, and
we talked about Ohio Northern going 2 of 16 and 0 of 8 in the second quarter. Third quarter, 7 of 13, 4 for 7, a little bit more along the lines of what Michelle Durand would be looking for.
Inside pass. Kick out.
Yeah.
That one falls for Berrigan as Berrigan and Sidlowski play the big game. That's where you see those two out there at the same time. Sidlowski at 5'10" and Berrigan at 6 foot. That's where I was thinking, geez, and that's going the other way.
Berrigan's got 19, by the way, although I think she's going to pick up a foul here, too.
No, she drew the foul.
Sorry. Yeah, she got picked up after she drew the foul.
Yes.
That's totally what I meant.
Mesher rolled her over. Maybe a little bit of drawing that one from Berrigan, but it was the right call. Tim Bernero made sure his 6-footer was okay, and Berrigan is. She gets the big call against Mesher. And now she's going to go for the jumper. She sandwiches the foul with 2 jumpers, and the lead's back out to 6. 21 points on the night.
Yeah, she'll edge that back. Remember that 16-foot baseline jumper she missed an hour ago?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure anybody else remembers it.
She certainly doesn't. Big battle again. Mesher battles into her. Another block as she's up to her average this game. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in. It's Dirksen, who we've not talked much about in this second half. Berrigan gets the rebound. Dirksen, the leading scorer. We haven't talked about it.
Well, and Berrigan hasn't had a ton of rebounds, but when you go 8 for 10, there's not a lot of chances for offensive boards, if nothing else. If they give Berrigan that block, and blocks are hard to stat, that would be number 4 for her on the day.
Oh, nice double team coming over, but they're going to get a jump ball. Yeah, they're going to get a jump ball after Weiss tried to come over, and that will give it back to Ohio Northern.
I don't think you get credit for a steal for that, but that's like a moral steal or a virtual steal. Statistically, it's not counted, but you should get one. You got in there, you tied it up, you got the ball for your team.
That one I'd be on board for.
Yeah.
Into the corner. Ohio Northern finds themselves down 6 again. 3-pointer on the way. Front iron, back rim, no good. Another easy rebound for Carthage coming the other direction, despite the fact Ohio Northern led that category easily in the first half.
They got to find a way to stop Berrigan.
Nice move. Cannot get it to fall, did Sidlowski. And it'll go Ohio Northern's way on a foul. And a foul is going to be on Sidlowski, so she compounded the problem there. As into the game comes Culber, and taking a seat goes Woodward. Woodward shoots the team's best three-point shooter. We have not talked about her outside of a big three to start the game.
True.
7:10 remaining.
They've done all right, though.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Berrigan.
Berrigan is baiting him. Absolutely. You can see how she had Weeks thinking she wasn't there and then dropped back. The second Weeks made eye contact with Mesher.
Yeah, good point.
Sidlowski, long jumper, cannot get that to fall, and the rebound collected by Dirksen.
No, Ohio Northern's hanging in here, but this is a spot where you need to get some points. Can't come away from this possession empty once again.
Baseline run by Weeks, gets it, and Berrigan's going to clobber her from behind.
Well, you know, don't give up the easy basket, right?
Right. Weeks go to line 9 of 13 coming in to the weekend.
I think that's just the first foul on Berrigan, too, so.
Hits the first one, does Weeks. 3 for 3 on the day. Now 4 for 4. So Weeks now 13 of 17 on this season. We're looking for one more here to cut this deficit to 4. And does.
78% from the line this year.
6:30 left to go in the quarter. 53-49, Carthage the lead. They have not had a comfortable lead even at 10 points. In the corner, 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. Easy rebound for Gilbert. Passes it out. Culber for 3, no good. Ohio Northern fights over for a moment, collects the rebound. Quickly up ahead, Weeks. Blocked on the way up, and they're going to call the foul on the foul through by Culber. And she got it clean, but then she fouled through.
Yeah, I could see that. Both of those things need to be true in order for that to be the right call.
There's also the element of allowing a player to land and all that jazz. It gets overlooked. As Weeks misses the free throw. She's now 5 of 6, I believe, on the evening, on the afternoon, whatever time frame we're involved with here.
You know, it's only 3:17 p.m. here, but it depends on where you are.
Oh boy.
A long way to go, my man.
Weeks hits the free throw, cuts the deficit to 3.
That
just literally hit me.
Dave's day started yesterday.
Ward comes in to replace Mesher. It just realized that there's quite a bit of time left.
Yeah. Culber, by the way, picked up her 4th foul on that possession.
Oh, okay. So that's why she's out. Less than 6 to play.
Yeah, she's got 4. Sidlowski has 3, which you mentioned. Nobody on the other side with more than 2.
Not the best of passes. Easily stole by Ohio Northern. Up ahead, Weeks forces the issue.
Yep.
And
great way to describe
pick up the ball.
Yeah, great way to describe it. Just not the shot you want to take to finish off a bonus possession like that.
Yeah. Gilbert with it. Apparently D up. Call from Ohio Northern. Into the corner. Head fake. Gets it to Culber. Culber stops from 10. Misses a shot. Rebound picked up. Here come the Polar Bears. Dirksen with the feed up ahead to Ward. Ward's shot will not fall with a grin on her face. She knew she threw up a bit of a wild shot on the foul as Berrigan gets ready to check back in here for the Lady Reds.
What is the bare minimum required to get me to the foul line? That's the shot that went up.
Ward, who's 7 of 11 coming into the day and has not taken a free throw today. So she's now 8 of 12 on the season as Berrigan returns.
Not much of a break for her, but she needed one. You know, I thought Bernero did a really good job letting her out there and keeping her out there as long as he could, and then getting her out of there before she was too tired to, and things started slipping.
Well, free throw's good. Defs, I've got it off apparently. 53-52. Okay, I must have missed one. Apologize. 53-52 the score. 5:05 remaining here in the quarter as suddenly Ohio Northern is within a whisker. But that will extend the lead back out. Nope, just as you mentioned it, Callis there buries a three.
First big three. That's a really big three right there.
Carthage fans, I take donations to extend your leads. 4:45 left. Weeks with possession. Off the screen and roll. Does not fall. Strong rebound from Ward. Up and gets that to fall. Back to 2 is the deficit. This one has, for 3 quarters of this contest, been nip and tuck. That third quarter being the oddball so far in this contest, as Ohio Northern is in a zone. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound barely held on to by Dirksen.
Well, yeah, and right before they switched the defense too, they'd had this couple of possessions where they were just switching and helping everywhere, and I was really impressed that they managed to have someone helping all the time and did not seem to have left anybody open. You know, at least not that Carthage could take advantage of it.
Weeks with 5 on the shot clock. Long shot.
Oh.
Draws nothing.
Yep.
But Gilbert's hands.
Forced it up when she didn't need to. She could have taken and set her feet underneath her.
Tim Bernero wants to talk it over.
Good time.
3:43 left. He will call, I believe, full timeout. We'll take it as well. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic. Back with the finish to this one when we come back.
The love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important. But as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Welcome back courtside. Yeah, I am there. Sorry.
You're there.
Sounded weird in my head. 56-54, I'm Dave McHugh alongside Pat Coleman here with Carthage and Ohio Northern coming down the end. 3:43 remaining in the quarter. It is Carthage the lead on the Polar Bears after the timeout.
This is the kind of game that we were hoping for, right, when we match these up?
Yep, absolutely. There we go, all the way to the line. Steal, Weeks, kick out. Well, that's a step back if I've seen everyone. 3-pointer is buried, though, by Brock, and suddenly Ohio Northern has its first lead since the first half. 57-56, and another steal as Carthage has gotten back into those sloppy perimeter passing. Draws the foul, though, does Dirksen. She'll go to the line. We talked about that in the first half, Pat, how Carthage was kind of throwing it away at the top of the key around the perimeter. They seem to clean that up, but the last 2 times down, it's been deja vu.
Yeah, that's true, and that's not a good time to have that happen. And if you're Tim Bernero, you got to be particularly upset about that because, you took a timeout, right? You would expect that coming out of a timeout, you would see crisp, clean execution, and even if you don't get your best look at the basket, maybe you avoid a silly turnover. Instead, basically silly turnover. And now a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, all of a sudden Ohio Northern on a run here. I think it's a 7-0 run. Takes a 59-56 lead with 3:05 remaining. And this defense, this zone defense extends well beyond. 3-pointer, no good as it rims out. Battle for the rebound. Berrigan says, it is mine, but they're going to call a foul instead. It's going to go against Ward. They're going to call her for reaching in on a hold. And so it will be a baseline opportunity as Carthage, by the way, has already hit the 5 foul marks. So Ohio Northern has reached a bonus situation next time they are fouled by Carthage. Skip pass near side. Gilbert now up top to Callis. 3 on the way. No good. Sidlowski with the rebound.
12-3 run.
Forced shot there by Kalber. Does not fall. And that 12-3 run has a chance to extend here with 2:20 left in the fourth. Michelle Durand calls out the play to her point guard, Brock. And a foul by Colbert. She can't believe it, but that's two officials who called it on her. And she goes walking to the bench because she knows it, we know it, we all know it, it's 5. And she is out on a gamble, and Woodward is in.
Yeah, and it ends not a particularly good game for Maddie Kalber. 1 of 7 from the floor, 0 for 5 from downtown, and and then fouling out on top of it.
Suddenly it's a 4-point lead, by the way, too, as Dirksen hits a free throw. Yeah, that last foul just not needed.
Nope.
Another free throw good. Suddenly a 5-0 lead on a 14-3 run. Remember when Carthage had that 5-0 run to get up by 10 to start? We thought that was significant.
37-27 that was. Long time ago.
Zabowski kick out 3. Quick trigger on the way. No good. Great block out.
Well, and
Berrigan.
Too, Berrigan really has not gotten back in the flow of the offense since she came out of the game earlier. I know that it was necessary for her to get a break, get a breather, and have some stamina for the final 3 or 4 minutes, but she's been kind of invisible since then.
Brock with it. Durkin now on the near wing. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nice hedge defense by Sidlowski. Into the corner. 3! Oh. Brock buries it! 14 points! And we got an injury as crashing to the ground goes Ward as the shot was in midair, and she is in tremendous discomfort. Not sure what happened. Caught it in the corner of my eye. As Brock was hitting the shot, Ward, assuming she was battling with Berrigan, hit the deck hard.
Yeah, basically, as they're battling, Berrigan unintentionally throws her elbow, and she just took it in the chin.
Well, the officials are talking, and we do not have replay available for them. That is something that can be reviewed.
I could back this up.
And I'm wondering if they're talking what you just described over, if any of them saw it, because they're having a very serious conversation.
They want to come see?
As Ward is to her feet. Nah, they need to know about that in advance.
Yeah, I know.
As Ward will at least take a seat now. 1:29 left, and kind of brings a huge moment for Brock in this Polar Bears to a close quickly.
I've queued it up so you can take a look at it again here. It's about 5 seconds. It's going to happen here momentarily. Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, yeah, it's inadvertent, but they were battling, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Officials are talking to Michelle Durand. They're going to go talk to Tim Monero. They're just going to have a quick powwow. Not that these coaches have any issues with one another or their programs, but they're going to discuss whatever did or did not happen or was seen. Looks like they're going to...
Are they going to call something?
No, because they got everybody on the wrong side of the floor.
Yeah, fair.
Michelle's nodding her head, is in agreement. Tim Monero doesn't seem thrilled with something, and I think they are calling something. They're going to call a flagrant foul on Bonero here for that elbow.
Berrigan.
I'm sorry. Now Bonero is frustrated. He doesn't like that Mesher's on the line, maybe?
Well, I tell you, from watching it twice on replay.
Because there's an injury, he's allowed to pick the person, I believe.
Oh. Well, that's not how it worked in our first game. The coach picked the person.
That rule is one I have been more confused on. Well, they're not calling a flagrant. They're going to call a regular foul here, and the shooter will be Mesher for Ward. And so Mesher will take it because Ward is out and buries the first free throw. And this lead has exploded to a 9-point lead, the biggest for Ohio Northern, who hadn't led by more than 4. Ward is looking still a little bit out of it on the sideline, on the bench. Misses a second. Back underway, 56-65. And suddenly there's a ton of pressure on Carthage here, who had been in control of this game for the most part. Gilbert around the screen on the post. Comes back outside. Again, a telegraph pass is caught by Ohio Northern, and well done to keep it from going out of bounds. Polar Bears have possession, 9-point lead, 60 seconds remaining. Weeks with possession. Remember, Kalber is out of this game with 5 fouls. Ward for Ohio Northern is out due to an injury.
And it's a 9-point game, and you have the luxury of just running clock.
Yep.
It's beautiful if you're ONU fan.
All thanks to a Brock 3 and then a free throw. Weeks can't get it to fall. Mesher can't get it. Now it's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to go back to Carthage.
I hate to be cliche, but Weeks really needed to be stronger with the ball there.
No. Well, that's 3 or 4 possessions this quarter that Weeks has made a rushed shot. 65-56, the deficit here for the Lady Reds. Gilbert hesitates, fires, misses. Ball is loose. Strong rebound from Callis. Woodward for 3 leaves it well short. I think I got touched. She thinks it got touched. While Northern act like it got touched. Berrigan gets a rebound, and that gets blocked, but it'll be foul with the offhand called on Dirksen. 12.2 seconds left. And Pat, Carthage, listen, they weren't dominating the game, but they were in control of this game until the last, 3 minutes?
Yeah, I think basically from the moment Berrigan went out. So at some point while she was out, they kind of lost their mojo a little bit. And then when she came back in, we talked about she had 21, and she still does.
And she just missed a free throw to stay at 21. Hits that one for 22. 8-point deficit.
Yeah, I mean, it's academic at this point.
Oh, yeah, there's no way. I mean, the pressure is token. Weeks comes across the timeline. Michelle's going to tell her to call it out. They will. The time will run down. And I would say, surprising victory for the Polar Bears. It did not look like they were going to pull this one off, and they do. Winning in the end, 65-57, thanks to a masterful run, and only allowing 3 points for Carthage in the closing minutes to win this contest. They are now 7-4 on the season. Carthage falls to 6-5.
Well, and we talked about, right, Dave, the great second quarter, or the great third quarter that Ohio Northern had after really, really struggling in the second quarter, and they finished it off. They converted it. They continued it into the fourth quarter. They were only 3 of 11 from the floor, but they were 2 of 3 from downtown and 10 of 12 from the foul line, and that was key, obviously, especially down the stretch. But defensively, Carthage in the fourth quarter, 3 for 16, really reliant from the outside, 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. Their stuff just stopped falling, and Ohio Northern ends up kind of running away with it. There's like that turning point. And ever since that is like, bam, it's Ohio Northern sprint to the finish.
These two teams know each other well, will continue to play well. We got 2 more, a game each from them remaining in the tournament, but this one will be probably one that sticks in Carthage's craw a little bit the rest of the weekend as head coach. Pat's going to deal with the head coach. I'm going to deal with stats is what I was going to try and say. Final stats I think we were getting from them. We'll get them here in just a moment. But 65-57, Ohio Northern the win yet again. Don't forget, coming up, it's we'll switch to the men here today as sorry, I misplaced my schedule. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Coming up on the men's side, North Central take on Husson. It's 4 o'clock local, 7 o'clock Eastern time in Bangor, Maine, 6 o'clock. For their North Central fans. That's coming up next here from the D3Hoops.com Classic at South Point. Don't forget Edgewood versus UW Platteville and Linfield versus Ohio Northern men coming up here today still as well. Again, your final score here on the women's side, Ohio Northern 65, Carthage 57 in a game that Carthage seemed to be leading pretty comfortably. And then things came off the rails to some degree. And Ohio Northern picks up a solid victory, to say the least. Here come final stats. We'll get you those, and then we'll sign off to get ready for the next contest. Again, Ohio Northern now 7-4 on the season. They are now 2-0 in neutral site games. Carthage is now 6-4 or 6-5 on the season, 1-2 in neutral site games as well. Your final stats for the winners: Ohio Northern. Abby Weeks led the way with 15 points on 4 of 13 shooting, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Second on the team with 14 points was Emily Brock. Third on the team with 10 points was Alyssa Manley. Leading rebounder was Jenna Dirksen with 9. Emily Mesher also had 8. Team shot 20 of 62 from the floor at 32.3%, 8 of 25 from the three-point line at 32%, and 17 of 21 from the free throw line at 81%. For Carthage, they were led by Maggie Berrigan with 22 points on 9-11 shooting and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Second on the team with 10 points was Rachel Sidlowski. Third on the point team with 9 points and led the team in rebounds with 9 was Bailey Gilbert. 1.1 rebound away from a double-double with 3 of 14 shooting. Team shot 23 of 59 at 39%. They were 6 of 27 from beyond the arc at 22%, a 10% difference in Ohio Northern, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line at 71.4%. 5 ties, 8 lead changes in a game that in the paint was even, 20-18 for Carthage. Even off points off turnovers at 11 each. 11-6 the advantage for Ohio Northern on second chance points. The bench was dead even at 26. Ohio Northern outscored Carthage 18-8 in the fourth quarter and 38-25 in the second half to win this one 65-57. We're going to sign off, come back in about, a little over 20 minutes as we get ready for men's action for the first time here this season. It'll be the Husson Eagles versus the Cardinals of North Central. Join us back here in a bit.